What is up? Happy Friday. Friday. What do you guys say? Friday, Friday?
Friday.
Friday.
It's Friday.
I am so excited. We're going to have a little lunchtime chat. Super excited to have these ladies on with me today. My name is Kelly Hoover. I'm here with Lori and Melissa. Super happy to be on. It's Friday. If you're catching this on the replay, drop in the comments replay and let us know how you're feeling on Friday afternoons. I know that for years and years and years, I lived for Fridays. I lived for the weekend. I just was like, is Friday here yet? You would hear me say that on Monday. You'd hear me say it on Tuesday, on Wednesday. I always was like, it's hump day. We're halfway through the week. And then on Friday, it's like, I cannot wait till 5 o'clock, right? Until that bell rang. That bell rang, meaning like I'm off work. Well, sometimes I really wasn't off work at 5, but in my head, that's what I told myself, right? Because we all know that a lot of people work past 5 o'clock. But Friday is like such a day that people live for. They live for it because on the weekends, people get to do what they want to do. They get to sleep in, they get to maybe take care of themselves a little bit more. But today we are going to be sharing some stories with you just about how you can do some of these simple things during the week so that your weeks don't feel so like they're dragging so much. Like we titled this adulting. Like adulting is exhausting. You have carpools, you have kids, you have work, you have dinner, you have spouses. Where is there time for you? All right. So we're specifically talking to all the moms, all the parents out there, all the people who are truly living for the weekend, who are worn out. And we're going to be sharing our stories with you today. And so we hope that you jump on. We hope that you will ask any sort of questions, but more importantly, take a listen. And I want you to think about how you're feeling in this moment right now, whether it's Friday or you're catching this later. How do you feel? How have you felt the last few days? Are you sleeping good? Do you have energy without putting synthetic things in your body? I want you to think about how you're truly feeling. And if you could improve one or two things about how you felt, what would they be? And drop them in the comments and let us know what exactly you would, what if you could improve, what would it be? So I'm going to kick it over here to Melissa in just a moment, but I want to say for my answer, how would I feel? 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I used to always crash. I always reached for an energy drink. I drove through a famous coffee line and got myself a black eye. Go and Google that. How much caffeine is in that? Or I would get a sweet tea or a Diet Mountain Dew or something. Why? Because I was so tired. I was so worn out. I was living for Friday. I was living for 5 o'clock. And then when I would pop that caffeine, I would go through an energy surge and then I would crash. And I crashed around the time. It was really, truly the most valuable time. And that was when I came home to my family. I didn't have a lot to give. I was rushing kids to bed. I was rushing through homework and bath time and not really enjoying that time because I said, oh, I'll get it this weekend. And when the weekend came around, I found myself doing nap time / family movie time. You grab a couch, hubby grabs a couch, we grab a kid, they watch a movie, we sleep. Anybody else? That was a cycle that we were on. And guess what? Like I thought it was normal. I thought it was normal because everybody else was doing that too. It's like what you do in life. It doesn't have to be that way. There is a better way that you still can have all of those things going on, but you don't have to crash in the afternoon. You don't have to be worn out and exhausted at 5 or 6 o'clock. You don't have to sleep and nap and catch up on the weekends. So I'm excited for you to hear Melissa and Lori's story. Melissa, I'm going to toss it over to you first.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I have to say, I was looking forward to today all week because normally I do not get to carve out time for lunch. I work my I say 9 to 5. It's a little bit bigger than that, but I work and eat. So I was super excited to be able to put on some fun earrings and get to meet y'all for lunch. So thank you for inviting me to the conversation. So one of the things that's always amazing to me is I think every single person, if they actually took a moment to reflect, they could say, yeah, there are some things that I could change. But until those things change, they don't really know how bad they are. And, my late 30s, they hit me hard. 40 came running around the clock. And I realized that our daughter was almost 10 years old. And I had missed all those like younger years where she wanted to play. Right. And I only had a few more years left before, she was too cool for mom and school. Right. So I really started reflecting. And the types of things that I noticed was like I could never get out of bed, even though I knew I had responsibility. I would do that morning math, like, okay, I need 5 minutes for this, 2 minutes for that. I know what I'm wearing, and to figure out how many minutes. And then the moment I would get out of bed, I would be counting as to how many hours till I could get home and back in my pajamas because pajamas meant I could eat dinner on the sofa, right? And I didn't have to do anything else. I remember I was a chronic yawner. I don't know about y'all. Do you yawn all day? My entire adult life, I yawned all day long. I would be in meetings. How unprofessional. I would yawn through the whole meeting. I thought it was normal. I was like Googling, like, am I getting enough oxygen? Right? Like it had to be medical. It couldn't just be, I was a tired mom. One thing that hit me really hard was that I couldn't commute 3 hours from a corporate meeting without taking a nap at a gas station. And that's huge. When you have to text your husband and pin, hey, I'm here, I'm sleeping, call me in 20 minutes, because I was afraid I was going to fall asleep behind the wheel. Those are real big things that, you know what? They were just life. I had lived that way for a long time. My husband and I both used to say, we can't take road trips because neither one of us can stay awake. And I just thought that's what it was. And once I started focusing on myself and saying, okay, what can change? I might have, read an article here or a friend say something to me there. A really good girlfriend of mine that I adore was like, you need to eat more. Kelly, I didn't even have the energy to focus on fueling my body the way I was supposed to, because the coffee and the sodas and the potato chips and the candy got me to that next meeting. So the last 2 or 3 years, I was just like, something has to give, something has to change. And, I watched your story for years. You told me a couple of times, hey, I got something for you. It doesn't have to be that way. And I just didn't believe that it could be true. I even went and did a whole nother crazy elimination 30-day detox. I figured it up the other day. I did the 30-day detox for 748 days. And did I lose weight? Sure. Did a few things improve? Of course. But I was still yawning, tired, and sleeping in the car, even though I was artificially showing up for my life. I still smiled. I was in hospitality. I know how to be on stage. I was surviving my kids' events, but I'll tell you what, I was scoping out where I could sit down at those trampoline parks or whatever. Like, where can I sit and watch my kid? Because Lord knows I couldn't play. So I knew it was more to just weight. It was more than just diet. I had to find something that allowed me to fill my cup so I could take care of myself. And that is where I am now. 13 months later, I did try Thrive in July of 2020, and then I came back in December, and here we are 13 months in. And sure, my weight and fitness is a part of my huge plan, but the things that I've gained, I don't yell at my kids. I'm not crabby to my husband. I'm authentic when I show up for things. And if I yawn, I'm like, what's wrong? Let me drink some more water. So, some of those things that have just changed, I'm so empowered and ignited because I know that there's a tired sleeping mama who's yawning and sipping on her coffee and falling asleep in the garage. How is this, mama? We all know you take breaks in the garage before you come in the door. And I just beg you, try something different and trust there are not thousands of us month after month, years after year saying, hey, I got something. It worked. So, that's just my kind of 3-4 minute story. Happy to answer any questions. If someone's watching, if you drop your comment, I'll, be happy to answer those questions or even have a one-on-one. But mamas, adulting is hard, but it doesn't have to suck. There's a different option. So, that's it. I don't know, Kel, if you have any questions or Lori, but that's pretty much where I'm at today.
First off, Lori, if you didn't see Lori and I's face when you said you detoxed for 700 something days, I was like, that's some willpower, sister. Like we were like,
yeah,
that is a lot. And, it is. And it triggered me. Like, about the sleeping in the car, I have completely forgotten that I did that as well. I would pull over because I drove all day in pharmaceuticals, and
Yep.
especially in the sunshine when it would beat down on me,
Oh, it's the
I
best
remember
nap.
pulling over for like a 20-minute nap in a church parking lot a lot. Uh,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So I'm so happy that you shared your story, and I'm so happy that you really spoke to those, the people who are really truly like doing their best. But sometimes you're on a program, sometimes you're on, you're really trying hard, you're working out, you're eating right, you're doing something, but you're still not feeling your best. And
Right.
not every program is meant for every single person. And so you have to, like, the cool thing about the Thrive experience is that it triggers so many other healthy habits. So, for example, you start taking it, you start getting energy, you start feeling motivated, you start choosing better foods, it impacts other things. And it's like a trickle down effect. So I love
Mhm.
that. And Lori, I want to kick it over to you next. And, one of the coolest things about Lori is that we knew each other from a previous like Thrive experience. And then, you came back and you're like, I mean, all I can think of is Lori on a 12. And like, we laugh about that because when Lori is like thriving 10 or Lori's thriving 12, it's just so fun. And like watching your journey and watching you just your self-development and your confidence as a woman. It's just been really, really cool. So I'd love for you to share your story.
All right, my story is about like Melissa's. I started in 2019. I thrived for a few months. I knew being tired like I was all the time was not normal. I mean, as you get older, you lose the energy. You lose that youthful energy. So I took a chance and I thrived and I loved it. I was Lori on a 12 nonstop. I just felt amazing. And then, things get in the way, money happens, and I quit. So I slowly crept back into that tired mama. I mean, just stay there. And I'm just like, something's got to give. Something's got to give. So I did try other products. Nothing compared to Thrive. Nothing compared. Me, myself, I was a 2 monster a day person. I needed that caffeine just to keep going, just to get me through my day. And then on top of that, when I would crash, I would be moody, cranky, just bleh. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. I love my 3 steps. And as far as you, Melissa, detoxing for that long, wow, like that does blow my mind because I'm on day 5 of my detox right now. And I love our little 10-day detox. I mean, I've never done a detox before. This is my second go round, but I like it. I like the results I see from it. One thing I will say is I do miss my first and second step. I miss those steps tremendously. But I know this is just a 10-day. It's for my health. It's to get better. It's to help me in general. So I just know how I was before Thrive to how I am now. I didn't want to go play with my kids. I was cranky. I was just like I said, bleh. There's no other way to describe it. I was a couch potato. I would sit in the bedroom and lay in my bed and go through a whole series of Netflix in one day just because no motivation whatsoever. Not anymore. Now I still have those lazy days, but they're because I want those lazy days now. I want the time, the downtime, but I have the energy to get up and get my stuff done. It's a game changer for me. I love my 3 steps, and Melissa will right around the same time. I'm 13 months in too, so and it's just been the consistency with the 3 steps. It gets better and better every single day. I find something different every day that I see that it has improved in me, my health, my energy, my mood. I know y'all hear us say these things over and over, but I'm telling you, it works. It works. I have never stuck to something, a product this long like this right here. It just is simple and it works. First thing in the morning gets me through all day. No matter what comes my way, it's there. Like I have that energy. It's just amazing. Point blank.
Amazing. I love it. I love it. And it is so true. I love you brought up the fact that it's so simple that you stick to it. I had not stuck to anything either for that length of time. And really, honestly, if I'm being super transparent, I hadn't stuck to anything for 30 days. So I know when I first began my Thrive experience, I thought I was doing it for 30 days. And here I am years later, because I just didn't know that, you know, so many things have so many rules. Like Melissa, you were talking about that detox. Like, I know what you did. Like, it's incredible that you stuck to that because it's so strict. So one of the things I want to end on, you guys, is first off, if you're watching this video and you've resonated with anything, if you are like, I understand what Melissa was talking about, that's me, Lori, Kelly. And if you are friends with one of us, reach out to us, have a conversation. Okay. We have something for you. And all you need to just say is, hey, I watched that video. I watched that video of you guys. And I know you said there was like a special gift. Let me know, what is it? Like, let's have a conversation about it. You know, we will let you know what are your goals and what we think can help you get there. We're going to be super honest with you about what we think, you know, and set your expectations right. Okay. If someone has shared this video with you and you're not friends with us, reach out to them. Ask them about it. Okay. If you've seen this video, I want to just say the simplicity is what probably allowed me to feel as great as I did because it was easy to stick to. You wake up, you take 1 to 2 capsules first thing in the morning. We keep them beside our bedside. 20 to 40 minutes later, you drink a lifestyle mix. What's you guys' favorite lifestyle mix right now that you're drinking?
I just got the
Salted
salted caramel.
Oh, you both.
Yes.
Have y'all tried fudge brownie yet?
Uh-uh.
Not
Wow.
yet.
Girl, it's so good. I want to try and like switch it around, but I am like, brownie is calling my name. It's so good. It's so good. It feels like it's like a fudge brownie.
Cheating.
It's so delicious.
Yes.
Yes.
So good.
But I love all the different flavors, you guys. You mix it in any liquid that you choose, and then you put on your DFT. And I'm going to show you like a plethora of the DFTs. They're called Dermafusion technology. There's so many different kinds. And that's part of what we do is we help customize something that works for you. We all three take the product a little bit differently, use a little bit of different DFTs. And that's what's cool about it. It's not a one size fits all. All of these have different formulas. They all have different things. So Melanie, I love it. She loves apple pie. So if you're a thriver, drop below and let us know what your favorite flavor is. And like I said, if you are not thriving yet and you are like, I'm ready to feel good, I need a change, I need a restart, reach out and have a conversation. We have something for you. And we're just excited to be able to partner and help each other. I will tell you, when we get messages and when we talk to people and they are like, wow, like they tell us something that has happened in their life. I'm nicer to my kids in the morning. I'm not hitting snooze anymore. I lost 10 or 15 pounds. Those are sort of things that it's why we're here. It's why we're sharing our stories. It's why we show up and we're vulnerable. It's why we try and help and support other people. It's because we know what it's going to do for you. I know I blew off my friend Amber for months because I just thought she was trying to sell me something. I thought it was some sort of voodoo sticker that she was talking about. I never really slowed down enough to pay attention, to be perfectly honest. Right. But when I put it in my body and when I trusted her for that moment, I trusted her for that moment and I put the product in my body, that's all you need to do. There isn't anything we can say that's better than you personally experiencing the product. Okay. And it's simple. You can earn your product as a customer completely for free. And you will physically feel a difference within the first 1 to 10 days. And that will in itself have you wanting to continue thriving. So girls, anything else before we hop off?
I would just say, do it. Try it. If you know me, I have a sample waiting for you if you're wanting to try it. It works. It works just in general. I cannot express that enough. My saying is I could preach to you about it nonstop because I know what it has done for me. But until you experience it yourself, you just don't know.
I love that, Lori. And, and that's what I've last couple of conversations I've had with some folks and not all just for mamas. There's daddies and young kids that aren't even parents yet that still feel the way we do. But I always tell them, ask my husband, ask my daughter, so many blessings have come out of just feeling good and getting to be friends with amazing women like y'all. And Lori and I, you chose to do this as a business, but it was to hear those stories, right? I just sent someone a message today and said, I'll never forget that you said your mom thought, what was wrong? What's wrong with you? You're singing. You're singing to the radio. And there's so many benefits that come when you just say, let me try it. What do I have to lose? And you know what? If it's not for you, it's okay. But at least you tried.
Yep. So true. Well, we want to give you the encouragement today on this Friday that adulting doesn't have to be hard. It can definitely be, there's challenges. It's not going to take away like your teenage years with your children or that they're, the way that they are, but it's going to be able to help you handle it a little bit easier, right? It's going to make those mornings a little bit more enjoyable in your house. And it's going to help you not live just for the weekends, that you can truly live every single day, because we all know that every day is not guaranteed and you want to live your best. You deserve to feel your absolute best every single day. So thanks, girls, for hanging out with me on this lunchtime. This was so much fun. And I appreciate you guys sharing your stories. And we can't wait to hear from you. Have a good rest of your Friday.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.